Hi guys, this is Brittany from Canadian Beats, and I have Bree Taylor on the line with me. How are you tonight?
I'm great. Thanks so much for having me.
No, of course. Thank you for joining me. I'm so excited.
Thanks. I'm excited too.
So you recently released your new single, You Played It All. Originally, this was supposed to be a piano ballad, and it took a turn. What made you switch it with this?
I just found that when I was in the studio, it was just starting to creatively go in that direction, and I was really loving the vibe we were getting, and I was really enjoying this new creative way of trying to express this kind of topic and emotion in a song in a different way. So making it a little more upbeat, dance ballad vibing. I just really was really enjoying the vibe of the song, and I loved the direction we started taking it. And I was just open. I'm very open creatively, and originally it started in one place, and not all songs end up in the same place they start. So it was cool to kind of see that progression, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. And so far, everybody's been really loving it, which makes me feel even better about that. And I'm really happy to hear that everyone likes it, and I'm just essentially really happy with the whole outcome of it.
That's awesome. It's a great song. But do you
Thank you
think,
so much.
of course, do you think you would eventually re-release it as it was originally intended?
Probably not. I mean, I never say never, so it's potentially a possibility down the road. But I'm definitely excited to kind of move on to new songwriting projects, and but it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome, though. So tell us more about your EP Unbreakable. What inspired you? How many songs did you consider it? We want to know all the details about it.
Yeah, so my EP Unbreakable, I started writing about 3 years ago, and it's been a gradual progression of kind of just bits and pieces of me and my soul. And the reason I titled it Unbreakable was because growing up, I was bullied really badly in school, and I was always just constantly being told that I was never good enough, that I wasn't able to sing, and that this wouldn't be a career for me. And it was kind of, everyone was just telling me no, and I'm very stubborn, and I like to dig my heels in, and when someone tells me I can't do something, I want to prove everyone wrong. So it's just like the world and everyone just felt like they were all trying to break me down, and this is me representing to all those people and just to the world, just saying like, you can throw whatever you've got at me and I'm unbreakable. So that's, to me, the essence of the whole album in itself, and I'm really just proud of it because it's the first representation of like myself and my songwriting abilities. And there's 6 songs on it, and You Played It All is it's the new single off of the EP, but I have actually released 3 other singles off of the album, and my first single, Broken Dreams, came out in September 2016, and it was kind of, I just didn't want to wait to release a full EP on its own. I wanted to just put stuff out there and just see how people were responding and reacting to it, and the response for Broken Dreams was so great, and I was really excited, so I just kind of kept releasing a couple singles here and there while I was working on it, and the songwriting process was so fun, and it was so great. Like 5 out of the 6 songs were recorded and produced out in Los Angeles, California, which is one of my favorite places on earth. And it was so fun to get to experience that and have that privilege to be able to have that experience and work with an incredible co-writer and producer that I worked with on this. And then I did my 6th song just to kind of round it off and do a 6-song EP with my new producer that I found here in Toronto. I just didn't want to travel all the way back out there. I had other stuff going on here I just got off tour this summer. So this song, actually, I just decided I'm going to find someone here, and I'm so happy that I found my producer here that I've discovered and started working with, and he really helped make the song into what it is. But yeah, it's kind of, the whole album is just a piece of me, and each song is a story for me. I'm a storyteller in my music, and that's kind of always how I've been as a songwriter. So each song is a little piece of me.
Okay, so you had said that unfortunately you were really badly bullied when you were younger. With bullying becoming so prevalent in today's society, what advice would you give to anybody who dreams big and knows what they want in life and how they want to get it, but they're just knocked down consistently?
I would just tell them the same things that I kind of told myself in those moments, is just keep going, never give up. I mean, I've always kind of been somebody who's battled depression and anxiety still to this day. It's something that I'm every day conquering and trying to battle through. And this is such a tough industry. So for me, myself, there's times when I get down, and I have a lot of other friends who are songwriters, musicians, and it's the same for them. Like, we all go through things, and I find that that's mostly why we're creatives. But with other people that are bullied, I mean, no matter what it is, if you know what you want to do and you believe in yourself, that's the most important thing, is knowing your purpose. And if you know your purpose, then you're set. Just trust that and let it guide you. And that's kind of how I've always felt music was for me. So that's what I did. I just trusted that gut feeling. And despite everyone telling people that they're not good enough, or they can't do it, or making them feel like they don't belong, or whatever it is that they're getting bullied for, just try to, as hard as they can, I would just say, to drown out that noise and try to just focus on what's within, and just focus on the goodness, and try to see the positive and the silver linings in every bad situation, because with every negative there is a positive, and everything grows you and makes you stronger, and it's just going to keep fueling you. So that's kind of how I've taken everything and all the bad in my life, and that's kind of what I preach to people anytime I talk to them, or anyone that I know that gets bullied. And my heart goes out to everyone in those situations, because I definitely know exactly what they're going through, and that's what I tell my cousins or whomever I'm talking to. Like, it is a really hard day and age to be growing up as youth, so I do think that bullying is just constantly, with social media, even worse than it was when I was growing up. So I just sympathize with young kids nowadays.
No, and that's such a beautiful answer too.
You know, I've had my lowest moments where I've just wanted to give up on everything, and so I know how it can feel in those darkest moments, but there's just something, like some light within me, that's always just said, don't give up. And I really don't want anyone to ever give up, because it does get better. Those feelings will go away. You'll wake up tomorrow and you'll feel a little bit better. And the more that you just focus on what you're doing and what you believe in, and focus on the goodness and the things that you are proud of, and that you're passionate about, those things, the more you focus on that, the more it will just keep growing and building, and you'll push through it.
For sure. I'm glad to hear that you have such a positive outlook on it.
Thank you. Yeah, I try my best.
So what big plans can we expect from you for the end of 2018 and rounding into 2019?
Well, right now I am looking into booking festivals for this upcoming spring and summer. I'm also working on planning potentially a 2019 tour at some point. That's kind of ideally what I want to do. There's no definitive plans right now, but I'm really hoping to do something like that, because being on tour this past spring was so much fun, and I loved the experience. And getting to connect with fans in real life and at a show, and performing my music live was just an amazing experience. So I really want to hopefully do a tour in 2019 at some point, which I would obviously update everybody on my social media of any tours and things like that. And in the new year, I am planning to actually release a pop country track that is to be written. It's like I've got a lot of songs written and stuff, but I'm really, in terms of production and the direction, I really love country music. And on tour, I was told by so many people and other artists that were country artists on the tour that they all thought I was made for country, and that I can really belt the country tune out. So I love country music. It's one of my favorite genres, and it just has a soft spot in my heart. So I really want to just dabble into some country and see how things are resonating with other people when I do that. And then maybe there'll be a country album in the future. Who knows?
Ooh, that's so exciting. I'm such a big country music fan.
Oh, thanks. I'm excited about it too. I love country, and country music is one of my favorite genres, like I said. So I just really, one of my covers that I do at my shows is Not Ready to Make Nice by the Dixie Chicks. And that's like my crowd pleaser song. People go nuts for me covering it, and everyone's always requesting it if I don't do it. So it's something that is just, I used to sing country music a lot more when I was in my teens, and then when I was starting this EP, actually, I was kind of told I need to choose pop or country. I couldn't do both. And then in the last few years since I started the EP, pop country is the hybrid genre has just grown into this beautiful subgenre, I guess, in a way. And it's such a great sound, and I love all the pop country artists, especially the women in pop country music right now are just killing it and doing so well at it. So I'm just like, you know what, I wanted to get this out of my soul and finish the pop stuff, and we'll dabble into some pop country and see how it goes. And I just love music. I love so many different genres, so I would be excited to try my hand at any kind of music. So I'm really excited to see what happens.
Yeah, I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
So my final question for you, Bree, is who's your biggest musical inspiration?
Oh my gosh, that's such a tough question. um, there's so many people I grew up listening to so much music and so many different genres. My mom's a huge country girl, so that's where the country side comes from. My dad's really into classic rock and pop and all that kind of stuff. And I grew up, to be honest, probably Shania Twain was and it's so awful because I did a pop album, which is not anything like Shania, but I just was obsessed with her. She was like my go-to person to listen to growing up. Presently, though, I really love Taylor Swift. I love that she's been able to do pop country, and pop itself. And her business and her brand is just such a powerhouse, and I really admire her and her career in general. So I definitely admire her as well. But growing up, I'd have to say an influence of mine has definitely been Shania Twain. There's so many, but if I have to choose a couple, then that's going to be my answer, but there's so many other people I'm probably missing.
You know what? Shania Twain has always been such a big inspiration, I think, on everybody's lives. Like,
I know, I always hear that when I go and see other shows, people are always saying, they're all out there saying Shania Twain, Shania Twain. Like, Faith Hill's great too. I loved Faith Hill growing up as well. Like, that's why there's so many, like Avril Lavigne, who's just come out with her new track, and kind of making her comeback right now in the music industry. She's incredible. I grew up listening to her too. I love her, and she's a two great Canadian artists as well, Shania and Avril.
Yeah, exactly. They were who I grew up listening to as well, so.
Yeah, that's amazing. I know there's such great talented artists and songwriters, and I'm so happy that Shania is making a comeback herself too right now. It's incredible.
Yeah, same. I love listening to her new music. Same with Avril Lavigne. I'm excited to hear more of what she's putting out.
I know. Head Above Water was such a great single, and I love it. I love it so much. It's so powerful. It just resonated with me in my soul. Such deep lyrics.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
yeah.
Bree, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to jump on the phone with me and answer some of my questions and really talk about what you grew up with and how you started in your music career. It was super enlightening.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.